tell us a bit about how C2K started?
Well, it started in probably 2016. Just prior to that, Garrick Morgan had motivated me to help a few people that he needed in his team that needed some help. And I was doing that for a while on my own, primarily for number 9s. And then a moment came in 2016 where the former strength and conditioning or athlete prep guy for the Queensland Reds, Ian King, came along to one of the sessions because he had a son that was in the program. And he said, Ian liked the idea of what we were doing. He said, why don't we do this? Can we do this with other positions? So with his help and then with Scott Oakhill's help, we got Scott together, we had a meeting, and we basically just got together a few guys and started introducing the clinics at Ballymore for every position.
After Brad had been working with halfbacks in these age groups for a couple of years, he and I decided to open the program up to all positions about 8 years ago, I think, and we slowly built that up with wingers and fullbacks and then front rowers, and then filled in the other positions as well. So certainly for about 6 or 7 years we've been offering it to every position, and the eligible players that we do within the A teams at GPS and AIC schools, and our junior representative players as well. Yeah.
The intention is to, first of all, for the participants, is to fall in love with the game. Second of all is to be the best they can, reach their potential. And the third and most important thing is to, as rugby evolves to what it is now, it's about playing a role in each position, and that's why we're specific position skills. And if a child can come and learn and play a role in a bigger team and be a part of a bigger plan and a bigger program, they'll reap the rewards of that, and they will. That will not just be a thing for rugby, but just life in general. Well, C2K stands for Caps to Kids because we are essentially a past players group, and that's the beauty of one of the beauties of it. The kids don't know this, but the past players get such a buzz out of coming together and sharing their knowledge. They're a wealth of information.
Tell us about your involvement with C2K Clinic.
Oh, look, I've been with C2K from the very start when I can, time permitting, and look, it's a great opportunity to give back to the game. The game has been wonderful to me, so I love coming down. I love mixing with the different age groups and working on different skills that, at school it's about team. This is about the individual skill and the individual position, and I've loved it, loved every minute of it.
That is a beautiful pill. Beautiful.
I think this will be about my 6th or 7th year. I was here with Freepo in the beginning of the program, which has been great. I think it's fantastic. The fact that we started as a halfback little program, and Freepo's built it into what it is now.
You've got the likes of, Slattery and Garrick Morgan's been down, and, you've got Freeper, you've got Chris Latham. You've got the top players in the world coming along to coach some of the younger generation.
This is about making sure that if they do want to make that next level and they go into the next level, then, they understand what it requires, and, that's making sure that you're very good at the basics, and they're the things that we hammer home here is making sure that, especially, when I'm looking at the back three, your high ball catching, your kicking, your defensive work as a tracking, your ability to finish opportunities, things like that. They're all things I think that are skills that probably get overlooked when you're looking at a team perspective from club, where it's more geared around winning as a club as opposed to winning as an individual. So, try to look at those things.
With the halfback group, what are your focus points?
We do passing, box kicking and running generally, and a little bit of defence. But we work on the basics of that, and we'll give the guys and girls some skills of training that they can take away and do as well. But just the basic stuff, pretty much. Yeah.
It's a wonderful game to play, and obviously I'm biased, but I think it's the greatest game to play.
Yeah.
And so it's a game for all shapes and sizes, a game for all backgrounds, and we want to be able to embrace all of those positionally and have some enthusiasm for the game.
A lot of the players, when I first talk to them, ex-players, is that they have a lot of information in their heads, and it's absolutely useless sitting in their heads. It needs to be given to these kids, and they're such a wealth of information.
Go. Push up. Hands off the deck if you can. Binding. That is outstanding. Now, that's what we're going to start to do. We're going to hold that.
The quality of coaching that our kids get is second to none. And secondly, we're providing an opportunity for people like Brad when he started to reconnect with the game. So they do that firstly by reconnecting with each other, but then they're able to give back to the game.
And I saw in today's clinic, we had James Hansen come along, so it's not just the older ex-Wallabies, we're getting some of the newer Wallabies coming through. Is that what you hope to happen?
Yeah, so we want the program obviously to perpetuate. It's free of charge, and the guys want to give back to the game, and James is just a perfect example of that. He's a younger version of all of us, and he's recently retired, and we would hope that those younger coaches, as they get slightly older, that they'll be drawn in to give back to the game. They gave so much to them and share what they have, and probably they're a little bit more relevant with their age as well. Share what they have and their experiences with the kids of the future.
How's something like this funded?
Well, we have sponsorship. We're quite fortunate. For many years we've had the Queensland Reds, particularly when Daniel Herbert was involved in the Queensland Reds. Daniel gave us the use of the facilities. Rugby Australia were behind us as well. And we have various other sponsors, usually parents, that contribute to make it all happen.
It's free, and it's important to all of us that it's free, and we want you to be able to enjoy the experience. Kids love the game, and so I thank the parents that come down on Sunday morning. I thank the kids for their enthusiasm, and for all the old Wallabies and Reds, we get a chance to give back at that opportunity. So I think they're really important, and it gives the kids the chance to go back and practice things with their mates or their siblings and really love the game.
Stuff you're going to do down when you're away on holidays, take a ball away with you. Pass with mum, pass with dad, pass with a sibling.
One of the aims is that we want to open it up to every person, doesn't matter where they're from or who they are, providing they meet the criteria, and we don't want any person to be disadvantaged because whether they have to pay for gear or a kit. We want to make sure everybody gets free kit. So it's the thing that's the biggest challenge of this whole program. Every other part's pretty easy, but the challenging part is getting sponsorship and making sure that aspect of it ticks over, because the kids love getting that gear.
I think this is where rugby has in the past been behind, but programs like this have really picked it up, and it puts the game in good stead for the future.
I think it's fantastic. I would love to have had something like this when I was coming through. I think if you get the opportunity, any rugby player should grab at it to come and join us here at the Academy.
Players come through the program and go on to the higher levels of the game. There's a number of the Red squad who've been involved in the program that are just starting to come through, and certainly our junior teams are full of players that are ex-C2K participants.
And even though the game moves on in different circles and trends, the fundamentals are still there.